So hello everybody and welcome to our webinar today on providing a winning customer service. We're having a particular emphasis on the role that digital can play in that kind of service offering. I'm Andy. I specialise in business-to-business e-commerce. I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years. And the next 10 or 15 minutes, we're just going to share really some of the ways that customer service is driving businesses and the importance of it, and the emerging way that digital is making people access that much more easier, and how you can actually go about that journey and some of the things which are important to making that a success. So it's not a great surprise, or hopefully it isn't a great surprise, about the importance of customer service in business. There's no end of statistics about it. It's probably one of the 2 key ways that you compete, the other being sort of price as well, of course. And it's extremely important in actually making the business a success, retaining customers and being profitable. So some of the statistics on the screen really illustrate this. So a good customer service focused approach can obviously increase revenue. Happy customers tend to spend more. A large number of customers report that customer service is a major part within their sort of decision making process and their alignment to your brand. And just over 1/3 of businesses see it very much as a competitive advantage. Certainly your customers will be focusing on it. There is another statistic which I find quite interesting, is that we have just simply a 2% retention in terms of existing customers. That can actually be the equivalent for around about 10% increase in revenue. Obviously, attracting new customers is expensive, and retaining existing customers is a great way to reduce those onboarding costs. So what makes up customer service? Well, there are a number of elements to this. It's not just about answering the telephone, of course. It's about the whole proposition. So first and foremost, it's about meeting the expectations and the delivering of your promises to the customer. So that's about the systems, the warehousing, the fulfillment processes you have, the delivery drivers, and all these kind of components that make sure that when a customer places an order for some products, it's delivered when you said it would be delivered at the right quantity without any kind of issues through there. So a key part of service. Providing relevant information to customers, so not just about where orders are up to and things like that, but things about products and product information, and be able to service their inquiries and questions and make their buying experience easy and straightforward, and knowing where they are. Being responsive to your customers, so customers' habits change, customers' requirements change over time, and being able to respond to those and change the way you're working, engaging with the customer in the way they want to, all key to this. And finally, aligning to customers, so making sure that your product offer is aligning with current customer needs, and also the way you service your customers as well. So when we look at the customers, there has been quite a shift in customer habits over the last 10 years, really. People are moving more to online generally, and as an illustration of that, the global business-to-business e-commerce market size as of 2020 was around about the $6.6 trillion mark. And that's expected to grow and expand just under 19% year on year for the next sort of 7 years or so. So there's little doubt that people are exploiting online and looking for that kind of service channel as well as a more traditional channel. But we're seeing within our, we publish an index every quarter on B2B within our particular industry, and our findings very much support that. We're seeing about 20 to 25% growth. And where we have customers who start to offer an online service proposition, they immediately see an onboarding of around about 20% of their customers, something like that. So we've got an awful lot of pent-up demand there. We kind of look at what's driving that. This is a great example. This is the Andy family. Well, two out of the 3 generations anyway. And just to illustrate what I'm talking about here, so on the right hand side is my mother. She's just had her 80th birthday, and for the last kind of 5 or 6 years, she's been a very hardcore iPad user. And does all her shopping on there. She orders her prescriptions on there and Skypes her sister over in Canada. So even somebody of her seniority is clearly finding the benefits of using the internet and is regularly using that kind of technology. The rest of my kids, so William is in the labour market already. My eldest daughter is due to finish university in a couple of years, so she'll be in the labour market, and my youngest is a few years behind that. But these are all people who will be looking to buy products and services from a business to business perspective as well. And one thing I notice very much, and I find quite irritating about my children, amongst other things, is that they have a profound dislike of making phone calls, and all their engagement is via their mobile phone, sometimes a tablet or PC, but very much online through the various social media. And these are the people who will be tomorrow's buyers and influencers in the B2B space. So it's important to be able to service those kind of people. So, as I say, we're looking to focus online and how digital can assist your customer service proposition, really, and build your service levels. And I've chosen 3 areas just to illustrate this. And the first one is probably fairly self-evident, really, what most people will think of when you ask them this question. It's really accessibility. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, they can access your business. They can access your business and place orders and make inquiries and do other things which we'll talk about shortly. So when you're closed and your customers want information, they can access it. When your customers are out and about on using their phones or these kind of technologies, then they can access your services as well. And this isn't just about replacing the human touch within a business, which is still very important. It's about providing alternatives and giving technology, making technology available to the kind of customer groups who want it, and some who will find it convenient at certain points in their kind of engagement with you, really. So next, information. Your business will have a whole plethora of useful and value information. You will be experts in your space, and you will want to communicate that, as well as keeping your customers informed and making sure that they're also so one of the assets that you'll have as a business is the amount of information, knowledge you will have about your products and your kind of sector. And the internet is a great way of keeping your customers informed and delivering that kind of knowledge in the marketplace. So your customers are informed, they understand what's going on in the market, and those kind of things. Most customer buying journeys will start by online searches, and by having your information available in the internet will mean that they can find you, find your products and everything you're publishing about those. So presenting your information in an indexable, searchable manner online is a very powerful way of delivering that kind of service to your customers. It's also a great way of keeping them informed. So offers, ideas, and all these kind of things are readily available and can be pushed out through these kind of channels. We've then got the pure, well, two aspects: customer service aspect, so providing the classic, where's my order, can I have a copy of my invoice, and these kind of transactional services that customers need to access, typically by calling you up, but also by adding value to your customers by providing them with online facilities that they can use and that they will find useful and of value, therefore making them more sticky to your organization. So typically people can deploy classic functionality about being able to access their account. So being able to track orders, being able to see invoices or statements, being able to settle statements with credit cards online and things of that nature. But also things like allowing your customers to manage their own user populations and business structures within your systems, so that a head of buying, for example, can see exactly what the staff at the branches are up to, what they've been buying, and control them and give them access to certain areas. They can see the value that's being spent in your organization. Just making and rounding off that entire proposition to so make it more sticky and give your customers more reasons for staying with you. So how can we deliver this, or what kind of things would we encourage you, based on our experience, to kind of consider when you're looking at implementing these kind of services for your customers? So first of all, accessibility, extremely important. You have to put yourself in your customer's shoes and ask yourself how they will want to access your services. Sure, keep your traditional call centers or your customer service staff, because there will always be people who want to come through that channel. We're not advocating, obviously, completely replacing those kind of valuable people. But providing with the facilities and providing those facilities on the devices that your customers will require. So particularly focusing on mobile, as that becomes a prevalent device in the marketplace. Keep it simple. People get more familiar with IT, but the journey that the user needs to go on when they're accessing your services needs to be extremely easy for them to use, so they don't become frustrated and stop using it. Try and add value. Try and think about ways that your customers, or features and capabilities that your customers would find useful, and build those into the experience again, so that it becomes more sticky and your customers are retained. On the technical side, integration is often a challenge. It's extremely important. You need to be providing real-time information across the customer engagement landscape. So when they look for, when they're trying to place an order or they're making inquiries, making sure that stock availability is accurate, and the way to do that is bringing that through in real time. And then finally, in a similar vein, making the messages and the information and the services consistent across the channel. So your customer sees the same information, they get the same messages, irrespective whether they call you up or go online or access it through other kind of mechanisms. And again, integration is a key part of delivering that. So I hope you found that useful. Always interested to hear from people. If you've got any questions, and my contact details are on the slide in front of you. So please feel free to fire any questions through, or if you'd like to discuss any aspects, as I say, I'd be very interested to hear from you, and thank you for your attention.